focused on their scene, I'll just say a different line and throw them off, which is not nice.
By the way, to be clear, it's also not to. It's like also just get something else out of the characters. He's making himself sound bad, but it's really to try to help out the scene and bring us in to like lock in a different way and be really present.
I think it's really easy to like get into the mindset of like doing every single take the same exact way. You know, you do something and it works, and the producers like it. There's no notes, and then you kind of go, okay, that's the way I do it now, and. You know, I feel like sometimes that takes away from, you know, keeping the scene alive. And sometimes, like, you know, I will, like, randomly just say something else that sounds really weird or, like, knock them off. I do that with Leah a lot. I'll just say something completely different, and then she gets really, really confused. Or she just completely ignores me and keeps going, which is my favorite response to that. But, yeah, I mean, it's also, like, you know, it's also like a good way to tell, like, you know, if someone's really, really focused on what they're doing, you know? If they're like locked into their own minds, then they just don't hear it. But if they're like, you know, they're there with you and they're acting with you, I love to watch like the way that they react to it, you know? I just made myself sound really weird. Like, I should have just stopped talking like 5 minutes ago.
He's got high expectations for the cast.
Yeah.
And he pushes us to deliver.
Yeah. And Arian pushes me there too.
Yeah. No improvising on my end. No. If anything, it's like physical kind of like improvisation and then playing around with it. But line-wise, Tyson's like, he's helping tell the story in a very supportive way. And I feel if I kind of stray from that, I think it's more of a distraction than anything from being able to tell the story the way that they need to. But the physicality we had a lot of fun with, at least. Yeah. Yeah.
Walker, great seeing you again. Saw you in February for
Good to see you.
What has it been like for this season now that there's a lot more practical effects? You're really being immersed this time.
Crazy how much that actually changes things, especially for your performance. Like, you know, watching like an actual explosion or watching something actually blow up or catch on fire. It's like amazing how much it actually changes the way that you react to the situation. You know what I mean? And I feel like a lot of season 1, I remember watching the episode 7, I think, in season 1 where I'm running from Cerberus. I remember watching that for the first time and being like, I just look completely normal. I look like I'm not scared at all. And I remember, because on the day I was just like, oh, I'm just running. And there's like probably a big dog behind me. And then you're watching it and it looks so much more terrifying than you imagined it in the first place. And so, I mean, I feel like a lot of the monsters this season especially are like practical. Like they're people in suits, which is, and they just look amazing, you know what I mean? So I'm very happy for people to see a lot of them. Sirens are going to be really cool.
Polyphemus was sick. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
How is it kind of growing the brotherly bond between the two of you this season?
Yeah, I mean, I think basically from the beginning, it was like really, really easy. We met each other at the chemistry reads, and pretty instantaneously, it was like we both could tell, like we're both dialed in on this. He could tell how serious I was about the character and how much I loved it, and I think that really helped us to just start the connection. And from then on, it was just, again, it's just over time, you know? It's like we spend 3 weeks in rehearsal, and you just like, either you connect or you don't, and luckily for us, we did. And so with that time spent, it was just like organically kind of building as it went, and that allowed us to kind of build the relationship as well, but also he's a good enough actor, he doesn't need that relationship to work to be able to show it on screen, and I like to think of myself as the same. And in terms of like the flavoring and the seasoning of it is kind of the stuff that we were able to build over time, and I think that really makes the relationship pop. But it all starts off with the page.